Welcome to the first episode of a new series called Amazing Moments in Music. I'm putting this series together because my normal videos are usually pretty long and they take a lot of time to produce, and they also focus on larger topics, usually interviews or something bigger, and I wanted to be able to highlight small things, just like in this video we're going to talk about one note, and then in other videos I want to talk about a measure or two of a piece of music or a sound in a piece of music. Just something that really resonated with me and made me think differently and feel differently or have a specific feeling about a piece of music. So that's what this series is about. And the first episode here, I want to talk about the opening bass note in a song called Ahab. And Ahab is an album by my father, Tony Garone. And I helped mix and produce the album, and I played guitar on several tracks, maybe some other things too. We've made a few albums together, and this song, Ahab, is probably the moodiest on the whole album for me. And I really enjoy it. It's a really cool song with some interesting chord changes, and it's got this great emotional feeling that introduces the character of Ahab. So I remember when we were assembling the song and we got the bass track recording from my dad's friend John Sergio, who played bass on this. And the first note, right from the get-go, I was like, is this right? Is the sampling rate correct? Like it doesn't sound right. But then I listened to the rest of the track, I was like, oh my goodness, it's perfect. It sounds so off, but it's so right. It creates this tension in the introduction of the song that really sets up everything for the rest of the music and for the story. I think it's just a perfect note. And the way he hits the note, I can't describe it. So let's just take a listen. You see what you think, and we'll talk about it after.
Scars of white lightning traverse his face. A thundering countenance reveals his burden, his well-born lake, his dark embrace of unresolved madness. His burning question.
All right, so pretty cool, right? I never really thought about what John was playing. I just thought, that is just so great. But as I sat down yesterday and just worked out the guitar part and realized what was happening, I started to understand why the note works and why it's perfect. So John is playing an E, just like a low E on the bass. And it's in the context of a C7 chord to a B flat chord, and it's a vamp back and forth. Well, the note E is the major third on C, but when you add that dominant 7, you're adding a B flat. So you've got that E, B flat tritone thing going on, and then of course the second chord is a B flat, so the E, B flat tritone just sits there.
Well-born lake, his dark embrace of unresolved madness, his burning question.
And when John sustains that low E across those two chords going back and forth, it's keeping this tritone relationship in your ears, and it's unavoidable, and that's why it sounds so strange. But it's when he pulls out of that E and slides up, and then they go into the G minor, it's just perfect. And I actually sent John a text about this the other day, just saying I can't believe how great that note is, and he knew what I was talking about, and he said it was a lot of effort for him, and he had to learn how to use Pro Tools just because of that song and that note. So yeah, really cool, just a little moment of music. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one.
A sickening chorus responds to his plea. I find myself saying, go after him. Over the pool once he cried out to me, what do you do when you see your